Hey guys, so I recently did my March favorites video, and one of my favorites in that March favorites video was my new waving slash curling rod that I got from Remington, and I got it from Target. So it wasn't that expensive, it was like 20, maybe a little more dollars, so really inexpensive, and I think it works amazing. But I wanted to do a tutorial sort of start to finish for you guys, from my bangs to the back of my hair to everything, so you guys can really implement it into your own sort of style routine. So I'm going to start out by just taking my fingers and sort of parting the front of my hair out of the way like this and putting this in a ponytail. And just remember, when you are doing the front of your bangs, you don't really have to work too much with these bottom pieces because you are going to use the curling rod to curl them at the end. But I'm going to start off with my Chi 1-inch straightener that I got from Ulta and just take a pretty big section of my bangs from the front like this and just curl them backwards. So taking your straightener, clamping it on, and just gently twisting them backwards. And just keep twisting your straightener back as you go down your hair. Just like that. And you can always go back a second time to really just fix up any little pieces that don't actually curl how you want them to. So just go back a couple of times and go over those. And I like to do that just with these little top sections right here. So now I'm going to take this side and just take a little piece of my hair, just like the other side, clamp it in and twist it backwards. And just pull it down your hair. So I just plugged in my curling rod. I'm putting it up to the highest heat setting, which is 410 degrees. But if you do have really thin hair or hair that curls really easily, you probably don't need it that high. I just find the curls a little better for me when I use it on the highest heat setting. And I don't use heat protectant because I don't actually use heat on my hair a whole lot. But if you do, or feel more comfortable with heat protectant on your hair, you can definitely do that. I'm just going to take my hair down and really just separate into a couple of sections. So take your fingers right here and kind of just bring them back, so you have this bottom section to work with. And the bottom section of my hair is naturally pretty wavy anyway, so I don't really have to do a whole lot of curling. But I just like to do the bottom so it kind of matches the rest of the curls I'm going to have when I finish. So I'm going to take this first section here and just take it and put it around my waving rod. And the longer you hold it, the more neat these will be. So if you hold it a little bit short amount of time, these will be a little bit looser. So this one I held pretty long, so you see it is pretty tight. But if I do this next section, which I'll show you, holding it a little bit less time, you will get a little bit more of a natural looking wave instead of the curl. So let's take another section. This is also a little bigger too, so it's not going to be as tight. So just taking it, wrapping it around a couple of times until the ends, and just letting it go right away. And you get sort of these more natural looking falling waves right there. Again, I'm wrapping all of these away from my face because I just find it looks nicer that way, but you can do whatever you want. Then I'm going to just take this section of hair that I just curled and put it in a rubber band. And if your hair doesn't actually stay curled really easily, you can definitely add some hairspray or gel at this point to really help it stay. But my hair is naturally wavy, so it does hold this pretty easy without any product. I'm going to speed this up for you guys so you don't have to watch me curl my entire head, but I will stop when I get to this upper section. You can see what I'm doing there. Obviously my parents walked in halfway through, so if you see me talking, that's who I was talking to. But as you guys can see, I did hold the curls a little bit less time on these layers, so they are a little bit looser, look a little bit more natural and wavy and like beach-like, which I actually really like a lot. So just take that layer again, and as the other layer, just put that back in a ponytail and continue on to the last layer of your hair. little bit longer than the middle section just because I like the kind of top layers to be a little bit more defined than the middle ones. But you can do whatever you want to fit your style. And honestly, with any of these curling tutorials, either mine or anyone's on YouTube, you really want to just try different things with your hair, like try different sizes of sections, holding your hair for different amounts of time on the curling iron, holding it different ways, because it really depends on your exact hair texture and how it's going to work on your hair. And as you can see, I have these little sections like right here that are kind of straight and didn't really curl like the rest of them. So all I'm going to do is just kind of section those pieces out again, take the curling iron and just curl the very top of it, kind of leaving these ends loose just so the top will curl and just pulling it out. So it really does just help fix it all up. And what I like with these curls is you can kind of do whatever because they are waves and not curls. You can kind of mess up and make curls like different amount of curliness and it'll all look good in the end. Kind of like your hair just naturally blew into these pretty curls, which it actually didn't, but you don't tell anyone that. People always ask me what hairspray I use, and honestly, most of the time I don't because my hair does just hold curl really easily. But if you do want to use a hairspray, I definitely recommend the Herbal Essences Volumizing Hairspray, and this is in the 4 for the maximum hold because it smells so good, and I get feeling compliments when I use this on my hair. I just take my hair out like this and kind of just spray it in. Kind of just hold the volume in and just take it and spray it on my bangs as well. A little bit on the ends. And same thing on this side. So just pick up layers like this and spray it in. That way the layers themselves really hold. And then as funny as you're going to turn your head upside down and spray your head with your hair like this. Do a little bit of scrunching just to kind of get the curl a little bit more in there. Flip your head back to where it should stay, put your part back in, and that is totally done. I think it's super simple, looks pretty natural, not like you spend a whole lot of time on your hair, and honestly, I really like it. Alright, so just to kind of include a little review on this as well, this is from Remington. I believe it's part of the Pearl series. I'll put the exact model number eventually in the description when I get around to it. I always say I'll do it, and I never do it, so I'm sorry guys, but it'll eventually be there. It's pink, which is super cute, and I like that. And it has, what I like about this is a lot of times, like the other curling rod that I have, I always by accident push the power off button while I'm using it, which is obnoxious because it just goes off and I don't realize till halfway through curling my hair. Where this one, you actually have to hold the power button down to get it turn off. So in case you actually accidentally hit this, it's not going to turn off mid-curling, which is awesome. It heats up pretty quickly. I'll show you the end of the cord here. It just is one of these little single plugs instead of these big ones, which I actually like a lot better because these take up too much space and I always have like multiple things plugged into my outlet, so having just little single ones like this are a lot better for me. It has no clip, which I am a fan of. I hate clips. They're just obnoxious. And so far I have had no problem with it. It has a swivel cord, so it doesn't really give you any issues there. And so yeah, that's my little mini review. I love this. It's probably my new favorite curling product because it looks really natural and fits in with the kind of like natural texture of my hair. So if you guys like this, as always, have any questions, comments, anything at all, post them in the comments because as you guys know, I'm always responding to what you guys are asking down below. I'm not just like some guru that like just like puts videos up and is like, okay, I'm done with you guys. But seriously, ask questions. And yeah, I hope you guys liked this. I'm repeating myself all over the place. So yeah, I will talk to you all later. Bye!